Stop.
Fight Club follows the narrator, Jack, who is a white-collar worker insomniac that lives a miserable life. We see a good first chunk of the film following Jack's life as he visits support groups where the victims assume that he is one too. Doing this, Jack finds a temporary relief from his insomnia. Jack then spots Marla Singer, another imposter whose presence disturbed his euphoria, and they agree to stop attending the same groups. Then, he meets Tyler Durden on a plane, a soap salesman who Jack forgets about until he calls him to meet at a bar after Jack's apartment is destroyed by an explosion. Tyler is a really cool guy, full of chaos and a sense of freedom. He's great for Jack because Jack is so structured. Outside the bar, Tyler asks that Jack hit him, and this fight starts many more, which attract groups of men, and thus the Fight Club begins. Later, Marla overdoses on pills and calls Jack for help, but Tyler answers and saves her. Tyler and Marla become sexually involved, and Jack gets jealous. Across the country, more fight clubs start, and they become the organization Project Mayhem. Tyler then disappears, and Project Mayhem gets out of control. Tyler appears to Jack and reveals that they are disassociated personalities in the same body. Jack discovers Tyler's plan to erase debt by destroying buildings containing credit card company records. Jack is held at gunpoint by Tyler and realizes that by sharing the same body with Tyler, he himself is actually holding the gun. Tyler collapses and the narrator stops mentally projecting him. Project Mayhem members then bring a kidnapped Marla to him, believing him to be Tyler, and leave them alone. The explosions go off, collapsing the buildings around them, and Marla and Jack look on, holding hands. Fight Club portrays that people of today are trapped in a box. They want to feel, but they don't. Tyler says that it's only after we've lost everything that we're free to do anything. One of the reasons why I love this film is because everyone can relate to it, whether you are a fighter or interested in fighting at all or not. Everyone can see that this film shows we need to stop letting things own us, such as jobs, disorders, etc. But not many people look at the film as a romance. A romance requires certain standards. A romance must show two people falling in love, a temporary fling, dating, or marrying. Jack and Marla do show interest in each other, and we see some sense of tension in their relationship, but they do not fall in love. A romance must display love facing obstacles or hardship in some form. It is Tyler and Marla who have a fling, and Jack's jealousy consumes him. Jack wants Marla and cannot have her, creating a hardship for him. A romance must provide a fantasy or escape for the audience. The film does provide an escape for the audience, as we wonder if Jack will ever show his interest in Marla to her, although Tyler is in the way. However, the film is not your typical fantasy for the viewers, as it does not show a passionate love between the two. A romance must have a storyline clearly ending with a breakup or happily ever after. Fight Club ends with Marla and Jack together holding hands. Although it doesn't end with a clear happily ever after, it is clear that Tyler being Jack, Marla and Jack are romantically involved. Jack says to Marla, "You met me at a very strange time in my life." In the midst of his depression and insomnia, Marla is thrown into his life and is an escape for him. In some ways, Marla drives Jack's search for identity. Fight Club itself might not be considered a romance film, but it incorporates love into the plot as a way to influence change in Jack.